Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with Red Line Prime on Forza Horizon 4 and a rather impatient AI car. So this was during a tournament, vehicles sort of lining up waiting to have a go, and the AI traffic was causing some mayhem. I don't quite know what's going on with the BMW. It pings in and out. Then the white X5 joins in, the random pinging around. A Mercedes is spawned in. Cars freak out some more. A Land Rover crashes into the back of the poor Fiesta. And just general AI chaos. General AI chaos has gone on. Eventually the X5 gets pinged forward, but no idea. No idea. Maybe they were eager to race as well. Kit up next on Horizon 4 with more AI shenanigans. This time, player minding their own business, driving along when a transit is suddenly pinged back in front of the Carlton. I mean, not much you can do there when the transit is spat out. I think it was trying to go that way, got spat out of the wall. I have no idea on that one. JP Progan up next on Horizon 4, driving the 6x6 Mercedes around Fortune Island when things go a little bit wrong and it's a panic and stamp on the brakes and just about manages to get stopped in time. I mean, that's a serious Brown Charles moment. The car behind did exactly the same crash, just to a lesser extent there. Yeah, that is some new underwear needed. Very, very much. We move to the original Horizon next with a Digging Fool racing around at very high speed with the Toyota Supra. Now, we all know the Lamborghini Countach, perhaps one of the more iconic wedge-shaped supercars. Did you know on Horizon the Countach could be used as a ramp car if you hit it just right? That's some serious distance. That's some serious distance and almost no effect from, no slowing down from initially picking off the Countach. A Stitch up next on Gran Turismo 2 with a, well, way to get through the wall. Apparently a kind of well-known-ish glitch back in the day on this game. If you hit the wall just in the right place at Laguna, you could, well, get through it. And then you could go for a little bit of an explore around places where you really shouldn't be going for a little bit of an explore. And because, well, there's not really supposed to be anything there, the cars kind of fly around a little bit. I guess perhaps as the track does some elevation changes. So now we're up by the bridge. We're kind of driving midway over the bridge. You can drive around the infield sections of the track. Eventually, as we kind of head down towards the next corner, the circuit, I think, sort of starts climbing back up again, and then the car will go back to its sunken through the floor approach. It's always fun to see these sort of the weird ins and outs of some of the older, much older games as well. And sure enough, we're now heading up towards the next few corners. Everything gets really angry and the car gets spat out about 90 miles an hour back onto the circuit. I mean, it found its way back onto the track in the end. And there we go. Brazen Miscreant up next on rFactor 2, racing something like the Formula 4 cars. When one of the vehicles ahead hits a bit of the curb and just gets launched. I think it's Zandvoort they're racing around here. But yeah, just a little bit too much of the curb. I think maybe the front, the nose got stuck underneath it and the game just pinged it back up. Amazingly, didn't really take out that many cars, all things considered. Still Guns up next on F1 2019 with a McLaren with a little bit too soft a suspension as they jump. It's not even quite under brakes yet. It's kind of the suspension starts reverberating around with the change in elevation of the track surface. It really starts freaking out. Too soft a suspension, too low a suspension. Something very unhappy going on in that car. Yeah, not the most pleasant of experiences. Halfway the wheels just come falling off. Speed Beast up next also on F1 2019, minding their own business. Went up ahead. The AI are causing all sorts of shenanigans at Baku. Now, I think this is a Racing Point car that's slowing down, maybe breaking down, I don't know. The Alfa Romeo doesn't know where to go. The Haas just can't, well, the AI doesn't know where to go to deal with the Alfa Romeo, just plows into the back of it. Yeah, I think maybe the Racing Point's blowing up. Plows into the back of the Alfa, then plows into the car ahead. It's just a big old mess. The player gets very lucky with the Williams just about managing to stay out of the way. The rest of the cars do get past just about. GT Virus on iRacing is committed to a corner. There is, unfortunately for him, a couple of vehicles stuck on the inside with nowhere to go. The game physics decides the best place to put this particular truck is up in the air. Not quite, I mean, again, the crash is going to happen. There's nothing you can do about that when you've already committed, but I'm not quite sure about the sudden ping to space. The backflipping, twisting trophy truck. it's certainly something. Timmy up next on Wreckfest, racing around one of the figure 8 circuits. The car gets spun around at the crossover, is frantically trying to get it out of trouble, get it going again, when Cones versus a big, quite heavily armoured sort of muscle car. Cones win. It's one single cone wedged underneath that car stopped it from moving. Welsh Toast finally on rFactor with a V8 supercar doing its best breakdancing impression. You just got to see it spinning off in the distance from on board the player car. Yes, that was Van Gisbergen actually leading the race in this one. Hits a curb quite hard, so you can see the cars jumping about a little bit on the curb. As we head through this next corner, the Ford runs a little bit too much of the curb, gets up onto two wheels. The game freaks out, tips it over. It then bounces over a tyre bundle before spinning an awful lot on its roof, continues to climb up the hill, and then rolls, sort of spins its way down the other side before eventually getting reset. That's a lot of rotations. That's a lot of rotations. Not so spectacular in terms of the old roll count, but in terms of, yes, spin count, pretty. I mean, it is a good roll initially as on board the following car. You just got to see it slowly spin its way up the hill. Yeah, that's a big crash. That is a very big crash for the Ford. That, though, is going to be it for this video. If you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the very top of the page, is the FailRace clip submission section. And in there, you can find all the rules and how to submit them. However, that's going to be it from me. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, a goodbye.